Seeing is not what it literally asks. Rather, seeing as a theoretical aspect, seeing is an open, debatable subject of endless factors and depths. I believe different levels must be understood to get the idea of seeing, specifically 3 levels of primary distinction. Literally seeing is the first level of seeing, involving minimal application of effort to understand an entire topic or idea. For example, you make assumptions about a book based on its cover, and from the cover art you may choose to read the book or not. What I consider to be the vaguest method of seeing, this is the casual way most people evaluate images, without any background information. Susan Sontag expresses the impression most get from the image of a suffering child in her writing, saying, "The quality of feeling, including moral outrage, that people can muster in response to photographs of the oppressed, the exploited, the starving, and the massacred also depends on the degree of their familiarity with these images." Sontag 19. This quote expresses the importance of one's background information on an image relative to the dependence of what perception one materializes. The feelings which people generalize and base off assumptions tend to be far from the truth, although many accept what the public often views as a reality. Picture of a villager who killed an elephant has many possible level 1 beliefs. Many animal rights activists might see hunting a potentially endangered animal believing the villager is a poacher whom killed the animal for no legitimate reason. Nearly everyone uses level 1 seeing to look at the world and gather much of its knowledge, believing, "To collect photographs is to collect the world," Susan 3. This practice falsifies legitimacy where the use of media often breaks up a story, like elephant poaching, into a single piece of information with the purpose to entertain the audience, instead of relaying the whole story's issues. In reality, many factors went into the decision to kill the elephant. An excessive population that needs to be controlled, maybe a food source for many generations of these villagers, or the safety of the village was in question due to the presence of the elephant. Any or all of these factors could represent level 2 seeing. When the whole story is understood, essentially having all the details before taking a side and analyzing the whole story, rather than level 1 seeing, which leaves anything and everything in the realm of possibility. Seeing at a deeper level involves level 2 seeing. Not the literal sense like level 1 seeing. Level 2 rather takes an approach to view an image and gather information without making assumptions. Effectively enacting level 2 seeing must include an initial neutral stance and gathering minimal information from sources that do fill in the picture with facts instead of opinion-based perceptions of level 1 seeing. Level 2 seeing entails a voice which is stronger, more confident, appropriating terms like physically damaging wounds them further, intensive, diverse, terms I couldn't have imagined, Melek 7. In essence, the second level of seeing has something to back its claims, whereas level 1 seeing fails to do so. You always see and not see simultaneously. No one is able to apply viewpoints from all vantages. Hey, Shadow. A passage from Unflattening represents level 3 seeing, comparing the dog's vantage to that of mankind, where a dog's tools of perception include the capacity to hear ranges of sound far exceeding a human's. Unflattening. We only have our conception whether we choose to have our own position. Maybe being a Democrat or a Republican, you can have a choice or may stay neutral on your own terms. Things like a dog's point of view are unobtainable, unless indirectly obtained, by analyzing the dog to make technology that gives us the artificial use of a dog's direct view. Our seeing is through our eyes and our eyes only. We are given certain aspects to think and respond differently, compared to others and other things. If a dog hears a bush rustle, it may investigate depending on its own breed, own properties, and nurture. Dependent variables offer conflicting opinions and open the world for new possibilities. You have a choice as well as I do myself. More chances than not, you will choose a different option than me. Choosing a major in college will be dependent on your opinions and knowledge, usually affected by success in a specific subject or likings which you developed through previous schooling. Most people from your previous education have had the same classes and many will receive different grades than you, also result in a split in decisions. Even though some people may go through the same schooling K through 12, it never makes certain the decisions one makes. Essentially, coinciding experiences never confirm the same opinions and values as well, which means there aren't concrete ways to make one person believe the same exact thing as you. Seeing will always be a discrete area of knowledge, as you and I have different thoughts, which have the potential to lead to conflicts or agreeing ideas. Not seeing ties in with seeing very much. The factors that develop seeing also develops not seeing as well. You can grow up going through a system that differentiates from another person that may lead to different conceptions, thought processes, and opinions, which branch from the conceptions through thoughts and opinions from educational systems, where one values an idea such as ethics and the other has no emphasis in ethics. You will most likely have a conflicting belief with the other person. This contingency is not guaranteed to any extent. The outside influences you experience can only encourage what others want you to believe and has no definite result. Some people that are taught a certain practice may believe in it or doubt in its viability, which leads to no exact destination. Not seeing could also be considered forcing your beliefs while not considering another's, like reliance on a solitary vantage could be a trap, where we see only what we're looking for unflattening. Even failing to notice another's vantage point could be considered not seeing. Seeing is variable, dependent on what you think of the subject. My conception is how I analyze things through my opinion and experiences, whereas another individual has different morals, opinions, and experiences. That will always be the case when it comes to seeing. You see what you grow from. What you see will always be dependent on the level of seeing you choose to use. Judging a book by its cover, materializing theories. Reading the book reveals the truth, which gives us a different perception. The third being the view we don't have, like the dog, which we can only analyze and use indirectly.